Minshew looking to throw it right off the bat.
And able to find Allen Lazard. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Minshew.
Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route.
And he goes out right around the 39. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Here's Minshew. This goes out wide from Madison.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison.
Oh, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
Off play action, it's Minshew.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Short throw caught by Bowers.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. They'll get this underneath to Madison.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey.
The Chiefs at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial. Make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
No, it's not. No. It's not. You heard me. You heard me.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Minshew's throw there complete to Myers. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Minshew sets to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Chris Jones, the all-pro, in on the stop. You talk about this Chiefs defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. after one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Madison running on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Madison. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Madison will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return is the rookie Xavier Worthy. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he goes out right around the 39. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved though if they recoup with a score here, right?
Okay, I pulled them out.
Okay, you set them on top of French fries?
Yeah. Hey, did you put me up or what to call it, babe?
You said refrigerator, right?
What?
Refrigerator. Or you said
No, I was talking to. I wanted people some more cupcakes left.
Yeah, you told me to put sugar.
Yeah.
It's a lot in there, ain't it? Decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, it's a decent amount.
I gave some to my mom when he came and got me off last night.
You good with the strawberry in there?
Yeah.
What y'all ate with these?
They bring me one.
One or what?
A cupcake, I ain't had one.
Your mama say bring her one.
One with flavor.
You said what kind you want? Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. I had one yesterday.
Alright, love, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, holla back.
Holla back.
Do you need one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want one of these polishes? If it's one. No, I don't think we got no more. I think they gone. Somebody ate them. Dang. No polishes, honey. Yes, it is. Okay.
Coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Dude, you was up here this whole time.
I was getting it, but you got it out. That's why I want two chocolates. Put it on a paper plate for me. Sir, please help a brother out.
I'm trying to look for my wallet in my room and you rolling me up.
Yeah, you lost your
I
wallet.
lose it. I know it's my first one. I gotta reach it with my pocket or something.
Okay. I might eat 3 polishes, so. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
2nd and 9. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. Takes it to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of, you've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They're going to look to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Ooh.
So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Minshew, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. Back to throw.
Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And now off to the races down the right side. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the lead is now 14-10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Myers. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Now back to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. So here are the Chiefs to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Leo Chanel.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Madison getting it again on second. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Minshew throwing on third down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. To Sean Wharton, able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Back to throw here. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now they'll audible to something else. Throw right side, pulled in by Mayer. Touchdown! Michael Mayer from 8 yards out. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Xavier Worthy. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now this is where the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The kick by Carlson is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here comes 2nd down and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now. Here's Mahomes. 5 before he's brought down. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. Here's 2nd down. Mahomes. Flush to his right. Able to shake him off. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Mahomes. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. This is 1st and 10. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Now, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, if it's 2 in a row, would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Here comes 2nd down. Mahomes will throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Mahomes to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now 1st and goal. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Next to score, Chiefs 28, Raiders 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Chiefs, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.
never enough.